Welcome back. Not so much of a happy story today. As you can tell, I'm extremely tired. It's been a long weekend with Pooh Bear. Pooh Bear is 2 weeks post-op from her second TPLO surgery. But a little bit of backstory, everything was looking great. It was looking completely fine. She was doing so good, and we went to get her stitches removed at the 2-week mark, like we were told to do. And so we went and got her stitches removed. Everything looked normal on that Thursday. On Friday morning, she woke up and her leg was swollen, more swollen than it had been even after surgery. So we were super concerned. We went back off island, took her back to the same vet that got her stitches removed, and they told us that during her toenail clipping, that she might have tweaked it a little bit. And so we were pretty angry. You know, the vet was confident that it wasn't an infection, that it wasn't a plate failure, and that she had just tweaked it during her nail trim. So we were pretty angry, thinking that they had injured her, and that's what we were basing everything off of, was she had tweaked it. So Friday came and went. Saturday morning, she woke up and it was so swollen, I was very scared. She was putting no weight on it, and things were just not looking well. Around 2 o'clock, we got her out to pee and everything looked the same. It was very, very swollen, very swollen. I have a video of it, pictures, very swollen. And then around 5 o'clock, we discovered her downstairs, and she was bleeding out. Her incision had opened at the surgery, at the cut line. Her wound had opened and was draining a lot of blood and a lot of fluid. So bleeding out might not be the right term, because she wasn't bleeding out to where she would die, but she was bleeding a lot. I'm thinking we lost 6 to 8 ounces of fluid and blood. It was pretty drastic. It was very scary. But island life, we couldn't get off. It was also a Saturday night. We couldn't get off island. We also have 3 kids, so we decided to monitor her overnight. Every hour and a half, Noah and I took turns waking up, monitoring her blood pressure, her temperature, and her capillary refill. We were basically watching for signs of shock and sepsis, mostly shock. I didn't know what was going on with the leg, why it was swelling so much, why it was draining so much. That was out of my expertise, but I knew what to look for shock. So she made it through the night. We took her to the emergency vet on Sunday morning. Aggie and I took her off island to the emergency vet. They diagnosed it as an infection, and then they sedated her, took x-rays, irrigated it, and wrapped it. So the emergency vet's diagnosis is that she has a bone infection, stemming from the actual surgery 2 weeks ago. She said that while it was odd that it happened at the suture removal, that the suture removal could have just sparked something. I'm not real. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand how she could be completely fine for 2 weeks, get her sutures removed, and within 48 hours have a completely open wound. And I'm talking, her wound is 3 inches. It's open 3 to 4 inches. It's a lot. So we are, they wrapped it, and it looks really good. There's Dixie. She's gonna get in big trouble. But I can show you guys her leg, and she is on strict bed rest. So here she is. She's sleeping. So see, they wrapped her leg completely. I mean, toe to hip. We were told to keep it wrapped toe to hip, because if you only wrapped the knee where it was swollen, or where the wound is, the swelling would continue down to her toes and possibly pop out of her nail bed. I didn't know that was possible, but I guess it is. So that's really gross. So they sent us home. We're supposed to change the dressing every 24 hours. Excuse our messy basement. We're supposed to change the dressing every 24 hours. And it takes a lot of wrapping. They sent us home with enough for one wrapping. I cleared out my local pharmacy of every gauze they had. And then I ordered more on Amazon. It is $15 a bag for, we have to use cast wrapping. Oh, Aggie. Sorry, you're looking at my nose. Not fun. So we have to use cast wrapping because it's the only thing big enough. And she uses half a bag for each wrapping. It's $15 a bag. So at minimum, so it's 15, so I want to do the math here. I'm a little curious. So it's $7 for that. Then we also have to use sterile gauze, which is about $1. And then we have to vet wrap it, which these are about $3. So it's about $10 to $15 a day is what we're looking at in wraps. I have my little kit right here, ready to go. So the main thing is long-term prognosis. We're not really sure. I'm waiting for a call back from the surgeon as well as our vet to kind of make a game plan. We have to have 3 doctors make a game plan for her. We basically can't do anything until the infection's under control. The bone's infected. Our biggest fear right now is she'll lose the whole leg. If we can't get the infection under control, she will lose the leg. The bone will get infected and it will continue to spread and she'll lose her leg. And that just won't be very fun to have a 3-legged 200-pound dog with stairs. I mean, that's just not fun. We would really have to look at quality of life for that, and really discuss that. But we have to get the infection under control. The wound is open. It will stay open to keep draining. We have to keep it wrapped. They'll say she's going to be like this for a minimum 2 weeks, possibly up to 6 weeks. And then we have to talk about where to go from there. If the bone is infected and caused weakness where the plate is, they have to actually remove the plate. But they can't remove it until the 3-month mark. They can't remove the plate until it's been 3 months. And then the bone would then have to heal again, is what it seemed like, and then put a new plate in. So it's very, but there's also a chance that we could leave the plate in. It just depends on how she heals, how much damage there is to the bone. As of right now, she's on 2 different antibiotics. They did a culture to see what kind of infection it is, what kind of bacteria is in there. So they gave us 2 really broad spectrum antibiotics, and a lot of pain meds. She's on a lot of pain meds. That was probably the most expensive part of our bill at the emergency clinic, was pain meds. She got over $400 in medicine. I think it was close to 5 in meds. So there's my poor Pooh. And I mean, she's feeling good because she's on pain meds. She's putting weight on it. She's walking outside because she's on meds. The trick is finding enough meds to make her not hurt, but not so much meds that she's like, oh, I feel super good and I need to go play. So it's a fine line. Aggie's had a long week too. She's pretty fussy. But I thought the vet wrap, we at least got pretty vet wrap. We got pink, purple, some red glitter, some dog. We got another dog bone one. So we at least got some cute vet wrap. I was thinking about videoing a wound dressing. I know this, there's a lot of people that do TPLO surgeries for their dogs, and not a lot, and it's pretty rare that it goes wrong. But it went wrong for us. And I want to blame somebody so bad. I want to blame somebody. And I don't think I have anybody to blame. It's not my fault. It's not the vet's fault. It's not the surgeon's fault. It's a risk. I mean, it's a risk of any surgery. It's a risk of surgery. That's, you know, you go under the knife, they open up your body. There's a risk of infection. So sometimes stuff just happens. Aggie loves Pooh Bear, by the way. She loves Pooh Bear. But I wanted to post this on YouTube so people can see, you know, TPLO surgeries and what happens if it does go wrong. I will probably video a wound, her dressing change later today. Please, I don't know how graphic that will be, so we'll see if I can post it. But I just wanted to give everybody an update. She's home. She's resting. She's doing really well at the moment. Noah says she's doing too well because she's been standing up too much, whining. I think she just wants to go outside and chug as much water as she could. Everybody was like, just bring her water inside. And I'm like, she doesn't drink inside. We've had water inside and it just sits there and it'll sit there for days. Like she'll never drink it. She only drinks water outside. But we got her pretty confined. She's in just like this little area. The other dogs can't get to her. The kids can't get to her. And she's on bed rest aside from potty breaks outside. So that is our update for Pooh Bear. You can see her poor leg. Her poor leg. But I can definitely video her wound change later. There'll be a disclaimer on that, you know. Caution! Wound dressing change or something. I don't know. But anyways, that's my update. And thank you guys for all the support. And we will... Oh, poor baby. We'll see you guys later. Bye.